cooking up something good here at home. We are cooking up something good here at home.
Hi, family. We're so glad you dropped by today because you know what? There is such a buzz in this kitchen. This program, if you know anybody that likes to do cake decorating or likes beautiful cakes, get on the phone now and call them because you will not believe what you're going to see today. I am telling you, you're not going to believe it. The most beautiful decorated cakes, all occasion cakes, kids' birthday cakes. You will not believe what you're going to see. This girl, who is my guest, we had a chance meeting at a restaurant. And you know, I always say that when God wants to bless you, he brings someone in your path. Well, our paths crossed in a most unusual way, and I'm telling you, she is going to be a blessing today. You're going to love what you see. Let's take a little look at just a sample. Look at this. This, my friend, is a totally edible cupcake. Can you believe that? Flowers. I know it looks like a terracotta pot. That is totally edible. The flowers, look, even the dirt, the leaves. My guest, KatrinaCakes, is here today, and she is making, you say, oh, how long has she done this? About 2 years. And you say, well, gee, did she get all these classes? She took 7 weeks of training, and not in this, in just doing with the bag, you know, pastry bag, how we all, 7 weeks only. She has truly got a gift, and that gift comes from God. I know that. And here, look at this. Look at these cakes. Yes, that is a sand bucket full of sand and shells, totally edible. That's the caliber of decorating you're going to see today right here on At Home. So we're going to do the hints, and we come back. Katrina is in the kitchen with me, showing you how to make some cupcakes and some wonderful recipes you don't want to miss. We'll be right back in just a minute. Here's today's at-home hint. Sweeteners contribute to a cake's tender qualities, but remember that you cannot substitute granulated sugars for powdered sugars. Granulated for baking, powdered for frostings and icings.
If you have an at-home hint, a favorite recipe, or just a friendly greeting you'd like to share, we'd like to hear from you. Post it in the comments of this video or visit our Facebook page.
Gives me great pleasure to introduce to you KatrinaCakes. Katrina, we're so glad you're here.
I'm glad I'm here. Thanks for having me.
Well, yeah, gee, this is great. And I tell you, what you are able to do just totally blows us away.
Thanks.
You feel like it's a gift?
I do, yes.
Yeah, because you didn't, no one taught you, right? You just...
Well, yeah, it started out as just a hobby, and then I got more and more interested in it, and it escalated
Here we are.
into, yes, exactly.
Those beautiful cakes again. Larry, show that bucket cake. Isn't that incredible? And that's totally edible, huh?
Everything, down to
Even
the crab.
the cord,
and
everything.
Yes, the seashells, you can eat everything.
Unbelievable, just beautiful. Well, get us started, show us. Okay. I know that the good part of a cake, decorated or any kind of cake, is to have a good tasting cake.
It really is, and a dense cake, especially if you're carving any of them.
Right.
You don't want it falling apart.
Crumbly, huh?
Exactly. So I'm making my vanilla cake. It's very easy, especially because you put the ingredients all in one bowl.
At one time?
Yeah, at one time, and then you mix it all together. So I'm starting out with 3 teaspoons of baking powder. I'll just put that in. It doesn't matter.
That's going to give it the lift, right?
Exactly. It doesn't matter what
order.
order.
These for you while you're doing
Sure,
that?
I'd appreciate that. I have 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. I'm putting that in, and you can half this recipe. You can, triple it. It doesn't matter. Whatever amount you need.
Just get the same product at the end with that.
Right, and then this is 2 teaspoons of vanilla.
Okay.
All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and put my milk in.
You toss this over here while you're doing that.
I have a 1.5 cups of milk.
Okay.
Just going to pour
regular
that in.
milk.
Yep.
Okay.
I use whole milk. You can use 2%.
Well, I think it just makes a richer cake. If you're going to go to the trouble of doing it, you may as well just do it right.
You could use half and half.
Sure.
Whatever you want to do. Okay. This is 2 cups of sugar. Just going to pour that all in.
Granulated sugar.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead and put this in here. And then I have 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour.
Now that's not cake flour or anything like that.
It's not cake flour. The cake flour I found.
Too fine, huh?
Yes, and the cake comes out just a little bit dry.
Does it really?
And I like dense cakes.
Well, you have to, because if you're decorating, you have to be able to maneuver with them.
Yeah,
and,
I've had a lot of times where I've experimented with cakes and they fall apart.
I know.
So, okay, and then
now I have to tell you that I'm a cake decorator from way back. Yeah, right. I did this for a little while. And I had fun because it is nice to see people say, oh, that's so beautiful. But certainly nothing on that caliber. I made daisies. That was my big deal, was daisies.
I enjoy making the flowers too.
Yeah,
yeah.
it
And
is
you
nice.
become, you know, known for certain things that you
sure.
do. Okay, I'm gonna put this down,
Okay.
and then we're going to put it on very low at first.
Yeah, because if
Just-
you don't, you're wearing it.
Yeah, exactly. And I've done that too. So, and it's going to mix on low for about a minute. Well, you know, somewhere
long, just till it combines,
Combines, and then we're going to put it up on a higher speed
To
and really
blend
get it whipped. So,
Because if you did that quickly at first, the flour would be everywhere and your cake would not be real good.
yeah, when I'm done baking, I have flour
It's a mess,
all
huh?
over me. So.
Okay, like does your mom, I know your mom's really, her mom's Sharon, and she's really, really involved too.
She is involved. I pretty much do the baking, but she taste tests the recipes, and then we
Good.
we
Critiques them. And
exactly.
it's
We
the way
add the
you
secret
learn.
ingredients, and okay, I'm going to turn this up a little bit
Okay.
and have this just mix a little bit.
Now, how long would you say it has to mix?
I'd say about 2 minutes.
2 more minutes?
Yep,
Okay.
something like that. And it's really by look. If it's all mixed in,
Yeah.
your butter's mixed in, your shortening, whatever,
Okay.
you're good to go.
Okay,
So-
now, well, like, how did you know that this was like a gift? I mean, when did you start to say, I think I can do that? How old were you?
Well, I was about 16 and a half when it first started, and I
Which
was
is
just
all of 19 now, so that was a really long time ago.
It was for me. And so I started doing it at a Dairy Queen, actually. I was decorating their ice cream cakes. Got frustrated because the ice cream cakes would melt on me before I got all
Sure.
my, my
Everything
detail
done.
work in there. And I couldn't design them, I couldn't stack them. I'm gonna turn this up a little bit
Sure.
more. And then after that, I started to really delve into my books, my cake decorating books.
Okay.
I got my hands on all the supplies I could, bought them when I had the money.
Money, sure.
And then, just from people's reactions and my family saying, this is really good.
Yeah.
And I just got more and more interested. So
That's so great.
Yeah.
That is
But I
terrific.
really do consider every talent a gift from God. So.
Absolutely. You're right.
Okay,
It
I
really
think this is good. Gonna go ahead and
Again,
turn
and
that
do it
off.
by look, too,
Yep,
huh?
by look.
Okay.
It seems to be all,
Show
mixed
them
in
what
here.
it looks like. See, that's a nice creamy batter.
Yeah, you don't want
We're
it to
gonna
be
turn
too
that
runny.
here.
You don't want it to be too lumpy.
No.
Because,
and that's great. That just
that
looks
won't
like
turn
a
out too good.
perfect.
Okay, just gonna get this off of here.
Yeah.
And then the first thing I'm gonna do is I have these little molds because we're making flower pots today. I'm gonna put that in second. I have a little bit extra cake batter, so I'm just gonna put some of this in my 9-inch pan.
Okay. She's a brave girl. She already knows how much she's going to need in the 9-inch pan before she does the little ones. You are a brave person.
I've done this a
You've
lot.
done this a lot, huh? Well,
Yeah, I'm pretty
can I
comfortable
say?
making cakes by now. So,
Yeah.
all right. And then I don't need this anymore. I'm gonna put that over
Okay.
there. And then I'm just gonna spoon.
Now, let's tell them what these are. These are timbales?
These are timbolis.
And they look like a little cup. It's really neat.
Right, and you can
Stainless
get
steel.
them at a cake decorating store.
And we just sprayed them, right?
Yep, we just spray them with just regular Pam.
Yeah, don't use the garlic flavor. Doesn't work well.
No, that would be kind of gross. Yeah, that
And
would
look,
be a
she's
very
only
good
filling
idea.
about halfway.
About halfway, yeah.
Okay.
If you want to, you can do about 2/3, but
They come up really
They
high,
do.
huh?
They come over the top, and then you have
Yeah,
to
don't
level
want that.
them, and
Okay.
it's just a little bit extra work. So,
Okay.
all right. So
Now, how long do these bake?
these bake for about 17 minutes.
17. And how
Yes.
about the 9-inch?
The 9-inch takes probably about I'd say 25.
25 to
Yeah.
30 maybe.
Yeah.
It really, we give you ideas for time-wise, but everybody's oven seems to be different. If you haven't had yours calibrated recently, and the gas company, you have to talk with them, they will, or whatever. But it's good to do that because you can be way off, like
Yeah.
15, 20
Yeah,
degrees.
you just
It makes
wanna
a
keep
big
checking
difference.
It. I
Absolutely.
check it, stick a toothpick in it, because for some reason it just always seems to vary.
Yeah,
So,
it does.
yeah.
Even the atmosphere, like if it's raining or if it's
Yes.
a
Very
dry day or
humid.
whatever.
Yeah. Okay, that looks
Okay,
good.
so these go in for 17.
17 minutes.
Okay.
Gonna go ahead and put this under here.
Okay, why don't you start your icing and I'll put these in the oven.
Okay,
Here's
sounds
your-
good.
Okay. And here's your,
I'm gonna mix this with the
Trusty.
hand mixer.
yeah,
Okay.
okay.
And so the first thing I do here is put in 2 cups of shortening and butter. And this is softened butter too.
Okay.
Never work with hard
Oh, no.
butter.
That's a disaster that
Yes.
you can definitely avoid.
Yes. And it's always, better to have it at room temperature from sitting out. Can you grab me a
Sure.
spatula? And I'll
Sure.
spoon this Crisco out.
Oh, this is, I'll give you a stiff one here.
Thank you.
There you go.
Okay. And then this is a cup of shortening.
Okay.
So I have a cup of butter and a cup of shortening.
Okay.
And the same thing applies with the icing as with the cake. You can half it. You
Mhm,
can
yeah, you don't
double
have
it.
to make the
yes,
same,
it
yeah.
doesn't really
Doesn't
matter.
really matter.
All right. And then I'm going to just slightly cream these together.
Okay. Okay, so then when they get cream, then you add your powdered sugar,
Right. And then after the powdered sugar, we add,
some milk.
yes, and that'll just make it creamy.
And do you put vanilla or anything in this?
I do sometimes. Sometimes I add a little bit of almond.
Almond extra,
Almond.
either one.
Yeah, doesn't
Okay,
matter.
while she's whipping this up, we're gonna take a break. When we come back, we're gonna decorate. She's gonna have this icing all finished. We'll be right back.
Do you love watching At Home with Arlene Williams? Then be sure to check out our new YouTube channel. It's filled with classic episodes from over 20 years of At Home, and more videos are added each day. And don't forget to click the subscribe button so you'll never miss another episode of At Home.
Well, we've got the cakes in the oven, and they're smelling really good, I want you to
so
know.
good.
And when they come out, they're like this.
Right. Yep.
And now they raise higher than this, right?
They do. I leveled them down because they won't sit correctly.
Right.
So,
So you do them to about 3/4, right?
yeah, and they cooked about up here.
To the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then those just slide right out.
Okay, and then when she slides them right out, you did this, right?
Right.
Like that, beautiful. Then she puts a crumb coating of that buttercream, and here's the buttercream
Doesn't that look good?
that she was putting together. Isn't that awesome? It is so creamy. And she does a crumb coat. Now, I know, I learned a crumb coat is really important. If you ice your cakes and they have all these little crumbs in them,
Right.
put a crumb coat, and then you do a finishing coat on it. It's so much easier on you, right?
Yes. Especially when we're going to be using this fondant. When you put the fondant over, you won't see any of the imperfections.
Right.
So
And that's the fondant.
this is the fondant.
Looks like,
Looks like Play-Doh.
yeah, it does.
It does. It
I was
looks
going
like
to say
clay.
silly putty, play just me, but it does look like Play-Doh. It
You
does.
just warm it up with your hands, you knead
Yeah.
it, knead color into it, and then take a rolling pin and just start to roll it out. You don't want it too thick because no one likes to bite into
Yeah, it's
thick
too
fondant.
much.
Yeah, that's
That
kind of,
really is like sugar, huh?
it is, yeah.
I mean, totally
Yep.
sugar. So you really don't even want your kids to be biting into that, or you'll
Yeah.
never get them to bed.
And it's very good too. And also, if you want to change it up, various things around, put flavoring in it.
Really?
Raspberry,
So you can, oh, okay.
almond, orange, whatever.
Ooh, that in almond would be wonderful.
It would be. It would taste like marzipan.
Yes.
Okay, and that's.
And you get that in a box like this, right?
Yep, you can get it ready-made, or you can make it. I just
Yourself,
find it's
okay.
easier to do it ready-made.
Yeah, I think so, too.
We're gonna move this off to the side, and then if you could tear me a piece of wax paper, so we
Okay,
don't
how
get
big
everything
do
all
you
messed
need?
up. Just a little bit, just to cover this
piece
area
there?
here.
Okay. See, I'm all thumbs what I have to do. Is that enough?
That's good. Yep.
See, I get the big jobs to cut the wax paper. Thank you.
All right, we're
Thank
gonna
you
move.
for thinking of me.
You're welcome. Okay,
Okay.
put this over here
Now, why do you put that on there?
because I like to avoid mess.
This is
And,
true, because that's
yeah,
very soft.
If
yeah.
I'm making a couple of these, then the buttercream will be on the counter, the fondant will
and
stick to the
it's- yeah,
buttercream,
you-
and it just goes
And
downhill
one thing
from
you'll
there.
notice about her cakes, she is meticulous. There's not a crumb. There's not anything out of place. That
This
should-
comes up. This is very. This is
Pliable, yeah.
You don't need to be afraid of working with this.
Looks like rubber
Yeah.
almost.
If you tear it, you put it again, put it back together, and you mold it again. So
Wow.
this is just going to go right over like a piece of fabric,
Wow.
just like that. And then this is the tricky part. This is probably the hardest part. You have to smooth it down over the cake without any creases. And
Does
then
that- does
push
that
it to the cake.
stretch?
It
Kind
does.
of, it gives, so it does help you
But
with-
if it gives a little too much, it might tear.
yeah.
But then you just pull it off and do it again. It
And
takes
the
some
heat of your
experimenting.
hand probably helps it to
Yes.
mold too, right?
Yeah. Okay. So it's on there.
Then what do you do?
Doesn't look like too much right now, but
Looks like a big sombrero with a huge
it
brim
does.
and a very
It
small
does.
hat.
I have this kind of like this little rotary tool thing here.
Cool,
This is
yeah.
kind of cute. You can get this at Joann Fabrics.
Okay, Joann Fabrics. Actually, I think it's for like tracing patterns
It
or
is.
something.
It's like a tracing wheel.
Okay, good.
And just take this along the outside edge. Just.
Do you like allow for extra? or-
I just pretty much meet where the cake hits the wax
The wax
paper.
paper, okay.
You can kind of feel that when you go around.
Okay.
If you cut too far up,
Look at that.
it doesn't matter because we're going to be putting a band
A red- oh,
around
okay, the
here.
edge around it,
So that's
okay.
what it looks like when the
Okay.
fondant's on there. Now I'm going to take this again
You re-roll it.
and I'm going to re-roll it
Okay.
into
Do I
a
have
band.
to give you another one of these?
No.
Oh, well, I was going to get
No.
started now because that's a big part of this deal.
You're good at it too.
Thank you.
Okay. We're going to roll this out. It doesn't have to be very long because,
It's just going to go around the edge, right?
And the way to know, okay, this isn't working too well. The way
Yeah.
to know how much you need is just to measure.
Make a string or something around it. That would help.
You could
huh?
do that, or you could measure the diameter of your pot
Okay.
and then multiply it by pi.
Okay.
And that gives you your circumference.
Okay.
So that's kind of nifty. Throw a
right.
little math into it.
Yep.
Okay. And then I have a ruler here, and I'm just going to
Make a
measure,
straight edge,
make a
huh?
straight edge. And then I'm just gonna just look at it, see how it looks
Tell your
nice.
eye judge,
Yeah, it looks good. Doesn't have to be perfect.
But see, the thing is, she says it doesn't have to be perfect, but it all looks perfect. That's the key.
Yeah, and people aren't going to
'Cause
look
you know what
closely
you're
at your
doing.
strip and say, it's not.
Yeah, I didn't
not
measure
even."
right, yeah.
Okay, the way to get fondant to stick to fondant is with a little bit of water.
Water, okay.
And a little bit of water.
Yeah, you don't want to get sloppy, right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, and then this we're going to turn upside down.
Oh, that's an easy way.
Work with gravity. Put this on here.
And shape it.
Shape it around.
Wow.
And then I found that kitchen scissors work the best. We're just going to take our little flap here, pull it out.
Okay, wait, let's show it to
Okay.
the camera over there so they can see.
See
There
this
you
little
go.
flap? We're going to pull it out and we're just going to cut
Cut where you
right
think
down.
Yeah,
Cut that excess off
push it
and
together.
push it together.
That is so awesome. Look at that,
And that's what it
terracotta
looks
pot.
like.
Why couldn't you do it on a big one if you can do it on a small one,
You
right?
can. You
Absolutely.
certainly can.
Okay, now show us how to decorate the top because we're running out of time. I really want you to get
First
to
thing
that.
we're going to do is take a little bit of brown fondant. Just a little
Okay.
bit. We're just merely covering the top of that. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just has to be
That's
this.
going to be the dirt, right? That's the dirt.
Just set it on top.
Jeez.
Look at that. It already
It's
looks
there,
like a flower
yeah,
pot.
it does. Looks
I
like
know.
a pot of dirt.
And before time, I just made these royal icing flowers. If you don't have icing flowers, cake decorating stores sell them already
They do
made.
sell them, yeah, I know, I've seen that.
Very easy.
Now here, let's talk about these flowers. Now, what icing have you used for these?
I used royal because it's hard.
Okay, there are 3 different kinds of icings on
Right.
this particular cake. You have the buttercream,
Buttercream,
you have the royal, and then you have the fondant.
the fondant, right.
Okay, but you could make that with buttercream,
Sure,
can't you?
no problem. Yep.
And you know what? As a beginner, if you're just starting, to make flowers on a nail is the easiest, isn't it?
It is. It really
Because
is.
you have control. And you don't mess up a whole cake if you mess up the flowers on top of the cake.
Yep,
So
exactly.
until you really get going with it,
Okay, I'm just
Oh, look,
going
she's
to
just
stack
stacking
them,
them.
because I want them to look real. Flowers wouldn't just be sitting flat. And
right?
And then I have little ones that I made,
Babies.
and then we're just going to stick those in there.
Now, the only thing I see missing there are some leaves.
Yep, exactly.
So what do we do with that?
So we're going to take our green fondant,
Oh, jeez.
which is conveniently
Of
mixed
course,
up for me.
it just happened to be there.
That works out
Now,
well for me.
Is this readily available everywhere, like
It
in
is.
cake
It
decorating
really is.
stores?
You can get it at Joann Fabrics. You can get it
You're
at Michael's.
kidding.
Yep.
Wow.
It'll just be in the cake decorating aisle.
So there's a lot of helps out there for people that want to
Yes.
get working, but you do
Yes.
have to have some talent to know
Yeah.
what, because that maybe wouldn't look that way if I put those flowers on there.
It takes a little bit of practice.
Yeah.
But okay, this is a leaf cutter. You can find these
Oh,
at a cake
cool.
decorating store.
It's got a little pump thing on it. Look at this. This pumps it out after
Yep.
you cut it. Oh, that's neat.
It presses a vein impression into it.
That's nice.
So I just cut it, and then I push this down,
Oh, that's what that does.
and I bring
Okay.
this back out, and there's
Look
a
at
leaf.
that. There's the leaf.
And then I just stick those right in there.
Look at that.
That's all
I
it
think
takes.
I could do that.
I think so,
Seriously.
too.
I think I might be able to do that with
We'll
your...
do it afterwards.
Okay, with your guidance.
Yeah.
Look
We'll
how...
make all kinds
oh,
of-
that
take 'em
is
home.
so nice.
Sometimes they don't stick, so we'll just
But
pull
you use
these
water?
out.
Would you use water?
We can
to-
use water. You can use a little bit of bag of buttercream,
Okay.
tinted brown, so you don't see the,
Right.
just those little
touches.
extra
huh?
efforts. Yep.
Wow.
Just stick that in there,
Oh, that is so gorgeous.
and it's done.
Ah,
It's ready to eat.
can you see the top of this? Larry, can you see that? Is that the most beautiful little thing you ever saw? I tell you what, that is just completely awesome.
And that took, what did that take?
Not long at all.
5
huh?
minutes?
Yeah,
Yep.
really didn't take long at all. And this is simple. Now, you would do this, could you do like a bigger cake? Mm-hmm. When we
Bigger
go
cake.
back to the table at the end of the program, you haven't seen all the cakes. You will not believe what she does with this kind of a cake. We're going to add this to our setting over there. You have to stay tuned. We'll be back for the finish of the program and more cakes in just a minute.
Just go to ctvn.org/at-home to get all the recipes from today's show for free. That's right, no subscriptions. They're available online at no cost, and more are being added each day. So join us at ctvn.org/at-home to get today's recipes now.
Told you there's a whole lot more to see, and we're going to take a trip around the table and just look. First, we'll start with this beautiful pink, and you don't really have an official name. It's just a pretty cake. It's an all-occasion cake, right?
Right.
Birthdays, anniversary, whatever. And this is the sand bucket. We've seen that one. Just incredible. Every piece of this is edible. The bucket, everything. Now we go down here to the domino cakes. Look at that. Isn't that I mean, they're stacking. I mean, they're like falling down. Over here, here's one you haven't seen. This is a complete makeup kit. I mean, there's scissors, there's a cell phone, the lipstick, the nail polish, everything. This is all cake. And everything there is all edible. Can you imagine what a teenager would do with that? Imagine what I would do. I love that cake. Beautiful. And then we showed you our little cupcakes that she made into terracotta pots. Here's the big one that goes with it. This would be the big one, and then you put all the little ones. This is daisies. They're beautiful.
Right, yep.
I love that flower. And all the little pots that can go around it, individuals. This girl is so talented. Her number is on the screen, and if you want to contact her, please give her a call. These cakes are just beautiful.
Thank you.
And you don't get tired doing it?
I don't. No, I love it.
Yeah, because
It
it
never
kind
gets
of
tedious.
yeah, it kind of spurs you on to something new
It
and
does.
different.
Yeah, it really does.
You heard it here first. One day you're going to see her on the Food Network because somebody's going to grab her and run. And I'd be more than happy to know that because you saw her here first, okay? We just ask God's richest blessings on your business,
Thank you.
on your life. Anybody that can do this is okay in my book. And we hope you've enjoyed today's program. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me again.
My pleasure.
It was wonderful.
Well, be sure to join us the next time because it just wouldn't be the same without you. We'll see you then.
Furnishings provided by Levin Furniture, featuring Lane's Country Living Collection. Food provided by Jordan Banana Company, wholesalers of fresh fruit and vegetables in Trevosburg, Pennsylvania.
Don't forget to click the subscribe button so you'll never miss another episode of At Home. Thank you for watching.
Cornerstone Television wishes to thank all our faithful viewers whose consistent prayers and financial support have made this program possible.